aviation student. In today's lecture we are going to study about the matter, which is the part of second module, that is physics of EIS part 66. Today we are going to study about the nature of matter, what the matter is and what is the nature of matter. What is the matter? This is the very important question, and normally we ask someone that what kind of matter you have, but that matter is very different from that matter which we are going to discuss. So gentlemen, we are discussing the matter, which is matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. We all means I, you, everyone is made of matter. What we eat, what we see, what we smell, what we and all around us, that is all matter. On earth, since we are primarily concerned with matter that exists on our earth, we can say that matter also has weight or is attracted by the earth's gravity. Now it means that the earth is made of matter and the matter has the weight. And why it is having the weight? Because matter is attracted by the earth's gravity. Now there is a law that is called the conservation of matter. It means that matter cannot be created or destroyed, but is able to change its form with the release of energy. So I would like to explain it with an example. If you burn a piece of wood, it would be burnt, but it would change its form from a solid state to an ash, and some part of that wood would be converted into the heat energy and some more part would be converted into the smoke. So we can say that matter cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be able to change its form from one form to the another form. Now we are going to study about the structure of atoms. I hope you understand what is the matter and law of conservation of matter. Now we discuss about the structure of atoms. As we know that the human body is made of cells, and these cells are the basic structure of human body. At the same time, the atom is the basic structure of matter. So it's very important for us when we describe or discuss the matter, we need to have a good eye, we need to have a good knowledge about the basic structure of matter, that is atom, what it contains. So students, an atom contains the electron. Electron moves around the orbits of nucleus. So nucleus contains, this is the nucleus contains the neutrons and the protons. Later on we would discuss what is electron and what is proton and neutron. So the nucleus of an atom contains the proton as well as neutrons. Now we know that the protons contains the positive charge and the electrons moving around the orbits around the nucleus has the negative charge. The third particle that is being contained by the nucleus, that is neutron, is neutral, means that it has no charge. Now what are the atoms? This is the question. Dear students, atoms are the basic building blocks of ordinary matter. Atoms can join together to form molecules, which in turn from most of the objects around you. Means to say that if you see the water, it is made of two elements atoms, that is hydrogen and oxygen. Means to say when the two atoms of hydrogen is combined with the oxygen in a chemical reaction, it forms water, which is called as H2O in the chemical state. So everything which we are having in our world, that is made of atoms and further made of molecules. Thirdly, we are going to discuss about the chemical elements and compounds. I hope you know well that till now the matter has been discussed and you can be able to describe the matter in a good way. What is an element? How many elements are there? Students, an element is a substance that is made entirely from one type of atoms. Now, if we discuss about the copper, if we discuss about the iron, pure iron, if we discuss about the pure hydrogen, if we discuss about the pure oxygen, nitrogen, or when we discuss about the mercury, we are discussing, it means we are discussing an element, not the compound. I have given certain examples, example of copper, aluminum, gold, mercury, oxygen and hydrogen. These all are elements. Later on I would describe and I would be able to give a detailed knowledge about these elements. For example, the element hydrogen is made from atoms containing a single proton and a single electron. If you changes the number of protons an atom has, you change the type of element it is. This is the periodic table. Here in this periodic table, we start from the hydrogen, which has the atomic number of 1. Then we move towards this side. This is helium. Helium has the atomic number of 2. So brothers and sisters, those which are in white color, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, gallium, etc., those in white are solids. Those which are in blue are in liquefied form. Those in pink are gases. These are the gases, means to say neon, argon, krypton, xenon, chlorine, fluorine, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen. And in yellow, these are the artificially prepared in laboratories. These are not naturally occurred elements. Molecules are compound. Brothers and sisters, it's very important for us to differentiate between molecular compound. A molecule is formed when 2 or more atoms join together chemically, and a compound is a molecule that contains at least 2 different elements. All compounds are molecules, but not all molecules are compound. For example, oxygen always exist in the form of molecules, that is O2. But when this oxygen combines with the carbon and make CO2, we can call it compound. But identically, O2 is not the compound but a molecule. But When it combines with the carbon and make the carbon dioxide, it becomes the compound. Why it is compound? Because now the two elements, that is carbon and oxygen, join together by chemical means. So the third formation is called as the compound. Here is another example, the water molecule. Two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, they form the H2O, that is water. In the compound H2O, two atoms of hydrogen form a covalent bond with an atom of oxygen. Later on we would be able to discuss the covalent bond. What is a covalent bond? Hydrogen atom, atomic number 1, has one electron and requires another electron in its only shell to reach stable configuration. Here you can say that this is hydrogen, one atom of hydrogen, the second atom of hydrogen. It contains just one electron and one proton. Here the same thing is there, one proton and one electron. For completing its orbit, it needs one more electron, so it shares an electron with the oxygen's atom, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it needs two more electrons to complete its orbit. That is called the valence shell. So they share their electrons to fulfill their requirement. This sharing fulfill the requirements of hydrogen as well as oxygen. Now both are in stable position, and in result they form the H2O, that is water. It's another example of ionic compound. Ionic compound is like that. Here we are having a sodium and the chlorine. Sodium is having a valency of 1 plus, and the chlorine is having the tendency of -1. It means that the atom of sodium has the tendency to give away one electron, and the chlorine has the tendency to accept one electron for the completion of its final orbit. So we can say the minerals halide and sodium chloride is an example of ionic bonding. Sodium is atomic number 11. Its two inner energy level shells are full, 2 electrons and 8 electrons respectively, but has only 1 electron in its outermost shell. Chlorine is almost number 17. It too has 2 and 8 electrons in the inner shell, but has 7 in its outer shell. Although the third shell can hold 18 electrons, 8 electrons in the third shell is also stable configuration. Sodium and chlorines therefore combine easily together, with sodium losing 1 electron to become the Na1 plus, and chlorines gaining an electron to become the chlorine -1 ion. By this way, by joining in an ionic bond, sodium and chlorine make an sodium chloride. With this, thank you very much. I hope you understand what we studied today, and for further stuff and further reading, continue our video watching. It shall be very necessary for you for completion your course. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.